Hey guys, it's Liv here, and today I wanted to do something different on my channel, and it's to actually sit down and talk because I know I've been filming a lot of vlogs about just like random moments in my day, but I wanted to try something different. So I'm gonna talk about how I lost weight, how I gained it back, and how I'm actually happy with the way I look now. So as most of you guys know, most girls are very insecure about how they look and their weight, and I was one of them. I was one of the girls who was never happy with how much I weighed, with how I looked. I would look in the mirror and just like hate myself every day. And there came to a point where like I think I was actually really delusional. I would like step on the scale each morning, and if the number went up, then I would literally cry about my weight. And it was so unhealthy. It reached a point where my parents would just try to do anything to make me happy, which would include going on trips and just going out and having a good day and trying to like avoid me thinking about my weight. And that's something really crazy to think about because back in 2019-20 was when I was around 18-19, and that's when I started to feel very self-conscious about the way I looked. And now I actually weigh a lot more than I did back then, but now I'm actually happy with how I look. And I'm gonna walk you through the process of like what happened back in the day from 2020 to 2025 and the 5 years that I've grown from just a young adult to an actual like full-grown adult, and how my mindset shifted along the way. When I was in high school, I was really skinny. Like I was stick skinny. I was like K-pop idol skinny. I wanted to be like a K-pop idol. I wanted to have like no ass, no tits, and just like a flat stick. And like no shame to anyone who looks like that, but it honestly wasn't healthy for me because I would be starving myself just to look the way that's those K-pop idol looks, which are really unattainable. And eventually I grew out of it, but it did take a long time before I realized that what's the most important isn't what you look like, but whether you're healthy or not. And as long as you have like a healthy mindset, like no matter how much you weigh, like you should be happy with how you look. 2019, 2020, that's when I started university at the University of Toronto. And I felt pretty confident because I was as skinny as I wanted to be back then, but mentally I was going through a lot. Like I had some mental health issues that I got diagnosed with during COVID, and that caused me to gain a lot of weight. And when I say a lot of weight, like relatively speaking now, it's not that much. And I've gained even more weight since then, but it's a whole process. Like I am happy now. But even when I gained weight back then, even though it made me look better, even though it made me look healthier, I wasn't happy. So I gained around like 20 pounds from my high school weight to my university first year weight, which is around 140 pounds, and I was crying. And I thought that it was the end of the world because to me, weight meant everything. Like as a girl, like when you're in a society that's so focused on how you look, you just feel like your value is on your weight and how much you have in terms of looks and attractiveness. So how did I even get to 140 pounds or like more than 20 pounds from my high school weight? Which is not even like a big deal. It's for my height is super normal. My BMI is like super normal at that point, which BMI still isn't a great indicator of like your health and everything, but I'm just using it as a reference point. Anyway, I went out to eat a lot with my mom because I was just feeling so sad, and I was using food kind of as a coping mechanism, and I gained a lot of weight. It was 20 pounds of, I would say, mostly fat because I wasn't working out at that point. But to be honest, it didn't make me look that much worse. And if anything, if I look back, it made me look better than when I was 120 pounds in high school, when I was really skinny, K-pop idol skinny. Except in my mind, I couldn't realize it, that I actually looked better with the weight gain. And I was just sad all the time. And I feel really like upset about it now thinking back because I feel like I wasted so much of my youth just being sad over my weight when no one cared that much and it didn't even matter. It just mattered so much to me. It was my entire world that I just felt like anything revolving around my weight was such a sensitive topic. And I was so upset about everything because of my weight. So what me and my mom did one day during COVID after I gained that 20 pounds from my mental health issues was we went to a gym and we had a Good Life Fitness nearby. So that was the only gym that was kind of accessible. That's why we chose it, even though it's like really pricey gym. I still love the gym, by the way, but like I know it's really pricey. But we walked in and we were like, hey, like, why don't we get you a personal trainer? And I know everyone's gonna laugh at me and be like, oh my God, Good Life is like the worst place to get a personal trainer. Well, that's still what I did because I didn't know where to start. And I trained with a female personal trainer for around a year or 6 months. I think it was 6 months. And I absolutely hated it. Like, I just hated exercising. I just hated the process. I just wanted to lose weight. Like, I just wanted to be skinny. And even though I did like all those personal training sessions twice a week for an hour each time, I just really didn't enjoy what I was doing. So I didn't commit to it fully, like with the diet and with the exercise, and I wasn't putting my 100% in. This is what I mean by saying that like I was trying to lose weight for the wrong reasons. And the wrong reasons being that I just wanted to lose weight as quickly as possible. I wanted to not be healthy. I just wanted to see the number go down, which, by the way, like it really doesn't matter what number you are on the scale as long as you like look good on the outside. It's just something I heard all the time, but I didn't really like process or take it into heart that like it doesn't matter what you weigh as long as you look good like physically, because muscle weighs more than fat and like all these things that I would read online and yet just ignore because I thought the weight number meant everything. But those were the wrong reasons, and I would say the right reasons to want to lose weight and be healthy is to be healthy and fit and to live a longer life. And for some confidence and aesthetic purposes are okay too, but mostly it's to be healthy. Like, what does being healthy mean? It means that you can maybe like run during sports or run a specific amount. You can lift a specific amount to do your everyday tasks. You can eat healthy and still balance it with some fun foods at the end of the day. And you're just like overall mentally healthy. Like you're mentally balanced and physically balanced as well, instead of just being like really hot on the outside, but a mess on the inside. That's what to me being healthy means. So after COVID, that's when I went on an exchange program to Hong Kong. And during that time, I completely forgot about my diet and health and fitness routine because obviously I was in another country, I was in a new environment, so excited, making a lot of friends, a lot of memories, and a lot of experiences that I didn't have as much internal focus on myself. I feel like my worldview was like more expanded to other people and just less focused on how I looked. And I think that it was a really good break for me mentally to go to Hong Kong. And surprisingly, I actually lost some weight because I was walking 10,000 steps every day and I was eating moderately healthy because Hong Kong food is actually really healthy when you think about it. Like it's a pretty balanced meal and not a lot of fried and fatty foods as you see in America. So Hong Kong was a great experience, except I got into my first relationship then. And then I ended up in the hospital because I was really depressed. And it was a really hard time for me because I didn't have a lot of experience in relationships. So emotionally, it impacted me a lot. And so I ended up gaining back like 20 pounds and more than like when I had first gained 20 pounds before COVID. So at that point, we're up like 30 pounds-ish, 30, 40 pounds. And I was miserable because that was the highest I had ever weighed. You can tell from the theme of this video so far, my mental health can be pretty fragile and affect my weight a lot and how I view myself on the outside and inside. But what happened afterwards was that I met my boyfriend of almost 2 years now, my second one, and I am doing way better in life. And he really put me on to being more consistent in the gym and eating clean and like living a healthy lifestyle, not only like extrinsically, but intrinsically as well. So I really felt like more emotionally at peace with Mango. And yeah, I'll reveal the name some later time. But with Mango, I really felt like I was accepted for who I was. And I'm not saying this just to say like, oh, get into a relationship, find someone who loves you, then you'll like forget about your health and everything and how you look. But for me, this is what happened. Like, I just wanted someone to accept me for me, like regardless of my weight, and that's what happened. And I really don't believe that when people say that like, oh, you should just wait until you're ready to be in a relationship. You have to work on yourself. You have to improve yourself before you share your life with someone else. I don't think that's true necessarily. I think that you can grow with someone else and someone else can heal you, and you guys can like be a team together to work on yourselves. And that's exactly what happened for me. When I first met Mango, I was around 140 pounds, and this is really strange because I literally remember like a picture and the weight I weighed on that day because it meant so much to me, and I was so obsessed with my weight that like I just remember these things. But now, after like almost 2 years of dating, I think I'm like 15 pounds heavier than I was back then, and I'm really happy now because I found someone who doesn't care like if I'm thinner or thicker. He's been through with me through like thick and thin. There was a phase in 2024 in summer where I just wanted to like look as shredded and lean as possible, and I commit myself 100% to being really thin back to my 140 weight, from like 146, 145, and I lost like around 7 pounds in 6 weeks, which is a crazy amount of weight to lose in such a short amount of time. And I'll get into that, like how I did that. So basically what I did was in the summer of 2024, I wanted to go hard with my fitness journey because I was dating Mango and I saw that he was like a bodybuilder and how dedicated he was to his regimen that I wanted to do it too. I'm just like so easily influenced by people that I really just pick up hobbies when I see someone else do it. And so I wanted to commit myself fully to the gym. So I signed up for kickboxing, which is something that he did as well. He goes every Fridays and Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something like that. But I went like 3 times a week to kickboxing, 45 minutes every session, 3 times a week. And I did it with Fight Fitness in Markham. And it was actually a lot of fun, but I kind of like just feel lazy now to do it again. I'm just dreading it for some reason. I just don't want to get back into the routine because I have like another sport I'm doing right now, which is tennis. So it's a lot to handle all at once. But anyway, I was doing kickboxing 3 times a week, and I was going to the gym on top of that around like 4 to 5 times a week. So I was exercising the most I had ever exercised in my life. And I also stuck to a very strict diet. So what I ate was protein, carbs, and vegetables in every meal, and they gave me a specific serving of each food group. But at dinner time, I would only eat protein and vegetables, no carbs. And I would eat around like 1,000 calories a day. It was like low-key starving myself too at that point. But I felt like I was being healthy, even though like it was really hard. So the only way that I actually lost a lot of weight, like consistently, was actually through the diet that the boxing gym gave me. It was really restrictive, but it worked. And I probably wouldn't do it again because it's really hard. Like, I was thinking about food at night when I was sleeping. And even though I thought I was being healthier doing that than like intentionally starving myself and not eating the right things, in high school when I wanted to be a K-pop idol skinny, it still wasn't healthy. Like, I don't think that it was a healthy way to lose weight because it was too fast. Even though I was eating the right things, even though I was eating healthy, like it wasn't a healthy method to go about it. I did feel like I learned a lot about weight loss and diet though because of how successful I was last year, but it's not something I would do again. And I just feel like now I'm really happy with how I look because I feel more confident and I don't feel like I have to restrict myself. I just eat whatever I want with limits, of course. and I just try to go to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week, play a lot of tennis, keep active, and just eat a normal like 3 meals a day, some snacks, some healthy snacks, and nothing too restrictive. What was the most sad part of the weight loss journey was that how I had to stop eating my parents' food. Like I would have to make my own meals, and even though I lived at home and I had the luxury of eating my parents' like love-made home-cooked food, I would always refuse to eat it because I needed to stay on top of my diet. And to me, like just skipping out on those moments that we have in life that are so precious is not as healthy as you think it is. Even though you're going to like try to lose weight and try to become a more hot version of yourself, a more aesthetically pleasing version of yourself by making your own meals, like I think you should still share like the time you have with your family from time to time and just take enjoyment in the things that they make for you. So it's not just like me being in a relationship that helps me heal my own relationship with myself, but it's because I surrounded myself with someone who specifically had a very healthy mindset, who had a very positive outlook on life, and someone who is so dedicated to their routine, their gym, their fitness, that I took inspiration from that and I made it a habit myself too. And habits are something that I've been struggling with for a very long time. It's sticking to something and going through with it that like challenges me all the time. There are so many things I want to do. Like I want to read every day, I want to journal, I want to go to the gym, I want to play piano, but I always overwhelm myself with having too many things on my plate. But for Mango, like his one thing that he needs to do every day is gym. He just sticks to one thing and he does it so well that like I want to be like that. And so that's one of the reasons why I really love him. I look up to him, and I think that just being with someone who can inspire you is so important for making you grow and for healing yourself. So what is the key takeaway of this video? It's to be your own best friend. It's to be kind to yourself. It's to forgive yourself for anything you've done in the past. Anyway, guys, I hope this video was inspiring or helpful in the very least. And if you like this channel, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!